the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. Don't my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math. When I hate, I attack. When I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop.
Alrighty, hello everybody. Let's get into the hang of things. Tesla, no surprise, real quick. Let's get this out of the way. Unsurprisingly so, and I warn about this people all the time, how you don't want to wait for the final second and you want to get out as it's closing in on it and follow the momentum and see whether the momentum is breaking down, because below and behold, surprise, surprise. Just as we said, it's far more likely for this to be not a straightforward up rally, but rather more of this volatile process. I will say this is pretty insane for Tesla. This is not a good sign. It just goes to show how fragile the retail or whoever is dumping right now, and I'm sure retail do participate in this significantly so. Otherwise, we wouldn't have seen such a very tame day, all in all, within the confines of the correction and how low the price got. But this is obviously somebody's dumping. Somebody's dumping hard. And you choose the reason. There are plenty of reasons right now. There's plenty of barrels pointed right at Elon, at Tesla, you name it. So it's not all that surprising. And I mean, the fact that we were able to sort of see it in advance, again, not that much of a big surprise. We normally see these things when they're months in advance before we understand the nearest event that will be blamed on whatever that the price action is at the time. But it's not that big of a surprise. We spoke about this literally yesterday. Just yesterday, I signaled this, if you will, or maybe signal is a bad word, but here it is, right? I was basically saying, look, we were here and we're going to start rallying up. You can watch it. If we were able to penetrate 50, it will become bullish. Here it is. came to basically the top of the channel with some slippage, almost made it to 346, now breaking down. What does that mean forward? Forward on, still bullish. So all in all, it will probably conquer 346, 47 proper, based upon how this looks like. Obviously, you do want to see this break through. You guys are very quiet today in the chat there. I'm worried. Everything's fine. Do you guys hear me? Everything's working. Screen's working. Sound is good. I'm worried. Too quiet. But yeah, it still looks like we can easily correct back up to 346 again. Potentially maybe continue with this trend if it moves into overbought territory, giving us easily 359 and 362. But that really still depends on the market. If the market will be permissive of this, if the market will continue. All good? All right. That's good. Oh, hello, Mark. Hello. I don't think I've seen you here. Or maybe I just don't remember because I'm a moron. That happens sometimes. Or one way or another, welcome. Or welcome back. So yeah, that's not looking all too healthy for Tesla in the long run, but it definitely looks like it is healthy enough for Tesla to make it roughly around 360 handle, sorry. So yeah, that is definitely a possibility. Now that we got this out of the way, we can go and busy ourselves with our usual stuff, which is the S&P. Quite an uneventful day, sadly. I mean, all in all, yeah. So gap, so closure of most of the gap, right? No closure of the gap on top, and basically what any normal human being would consider sideways. Pardon me for my inability to draw normal straight lines, but pretty much sideways. So yeah, pretty boring. Now let's see what 5 minutes says, because 1 minute is pretty much meaningless. Let's try to keep it clean before I get carried away as always. 1 minute is meaningless since we're, just minutes away from closing today's session, and it's kind of, Tomorrow's session looks a little bit more negative. Don't forget we have, of course, overnight and pre-post market. So all in all, 5 minutes, not that indicative. I would argue that right now it maybe is getting stuck between this negative wedge, negative meaning looking this way and not more of this. This is a positive, this is a negative, inverted, if you will, just to keep it simple. This though entanglement towards the uptrend, that's interesting. So here the simple version of this is very simple. So we hit the bottom, right, and now we're making our way slowly to the upside, closing this gap. Pardon me, boys and girls, apologies. I gotta say my cough is getting better. It's not perfect yet, but it's definitely getting better. What is this? This is entanglement. This is pretty boring, but all in all, if we have to be objective about this, this is more of a downtrend. It has more of a downwards approach, and here it is. We can see it right here on the hourly. So all in all, I would argue more of this than anything. You can kind of see the two, if you will, right? Maybe I should have kept that at least for a little bit. Let's go 4 hours. What are we seeing? Again, that very same thing. Entanglement, more so pointed downwards rather than upwards. That kind of makes sense because we hit that ceiling and now we're breaking down. Let me clean this up so, we still can see all the stuff. What was that? It was hourly, I think. Okay, so we were having entanglement. On the daily, we're going down still. On the daily, I would argue that it becomes a little bit more evident what is going here, right? You have this thing. That's probably the median right there. That's probably that. And the wider channel is probably this. So you have a median right there. So basically, you can see all three levels that we're currently moving through and the lower three-ish. My ability to draw would have been just a little better. It more looks like this, if anything. Just kind of to give you an idea. That's interesting. I'm probably getting the angle wrong on the two different channels. Are they? No, they have to be part of one and the same. So that's interesting. So that the angle is wrong. I see. The angle is more like this actually. So that's actually as weird as it is. It just appears to be here on this side. I see. It should be more like this, if anything. And just the discrepancy of that makes me... Okay, I see. So this is riding the ceiling, and this center should be somewhere around here, which gives this a little bit more. And I'm probably this a little bit too far, and that's the probably shoulder. Okay, cool. Kind of like that. Kind of like that, if you really want to see what it is that we're talking about. So all in all, it's definite downtrend with a definite downwards direction. Boys and girls, Paulina, wait 1 second, guys. Let me finish S&P before we get to tickers. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Entanglement. That's interesting. That is interesting on our way down. That's interesting. Let's see what our larger trend says. That makes sense. What just happened? I just did the wrong thing. Wrong thing is wrong, so let's not do the wrong things. Now entanglement here becoming bearish right below. I think we spoke about this the other day at 50. Oh my god, I just drew a straight line. Oh shit. Mark today's day, boys and girls. If it's gonna start raining pigs, you know why. Alrighty, we're kind of printing. We're printing slowly. We're getting a distinct ceiling there, right? No, I'm trying to do something more like this. But okay. You see that monthly? You remember how we said it's gonna break? It's gonna start breaking. Yeah. So I guess we're seeing it. We are seeing it. We're having it. So get ready, boys and girls. It's like on a roller coaster. This. On a roller coaster, when you go up, it's kind of like click, 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 and the fun starts at the back end of things, as you can see right there with Tesla, right? Tesla just showed you the fun is on the back end, right? Remember, click, 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 boom. That's where the fun begins, right? That is a bit of a roller coaster experience right there. So cool. You remember these supports and resistances. Also, I hope you noticed 333 because humans don't ask. 328 because it's important and actually mathematical, and 326.01, call it 326. 346.86, 347.58, and of course the one above 359.76. And if you must know, yes, there is one above 370.19, and of course there is a 350 somewhere around in between here. Let's not forget a psychological 350. So you have that. That's important. And that's it. That is it about that. Back to S&P. Monthly, 3 month, don't matter that much. Still not going to print until we're going to get the end of this month. And so it's going to become more evident whether we're getting stuck again below here, below the 80 range on the stochastic RSI, which will be very indicative of a beginning of a movement downwards. You know what that means. Last time we had it was, when we had a correction. Weird, right? I know. So, get ready for fun. Fun is just getting started. All right, that's it. We've plowed through this stuff. Let's do your tickers, boys and girls. BFLY. Let's do a BFLY. Darling, what have you cooked us here? What is this? But it is Butterfly Network. Okay. Let's see. We got some unusual requests here. I like unusual requests unless they're crypto. Don't hate me for hating crypto. Crypto sucks on its own. It's not my fault. Okay, then that is interesting. That is actually somewhat interesting. What is that? What do we have here? What is this? This is not good for you, first of all. This is structure that is negative. What is like this? This why like this? What is this? This is... Yeah, that sucks. That's not what I wanted, actually, now that I look at it. I will have to probably hope I'm getting it right when I will do... Let's check whether I'm going to get it right. That's interesting. I'm always for looking at interesting new things that I didn't check before, unless they make a headache. And I'm not sure about this one. I am not sure about this one at all. So it has a multiple struct. Okay, I mean it has to be then a backwards short range. Come on, sorry. Karate kicked the mic. No, no good. Let's do. It should have probably one of these as well. Just saying. And looks like we got at least one spot. Find that makes sense at all. Let me just. I know. I'm sorry. It's gonna take a second. I really need to check this one because otherwise I am so not sure. Okay, now I'm more sure. Now I'm more confident in the structure, which is with the retracements. Okay, cool. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. We definitely got it. Monthly, we said. What are your thoughts on CPI data? We got 3 today. What is there to think? I mean, not good. Now, since the distance is all that, not all that much, they will say, oh, don't worry, next time around is going to be just fine, blah, blah, blah. I've been expecting CPI to bounce back up a while back, and it's amazing that they were able to postpone it this far. And so I'm expecting a next print of 3 plus, if not just, again, a repetitive of 3. Of course, it'll be very indicative if we do see a decreasing CPI. That'll be very interesting. That'll be actually very interesting. It'll make no sense whatsoever. But I highly doubt that will be the case. So basically, my expectation is for the upcoming CPI. And more so, I think today's CPI didn't have that much of a movement because we're expecting to see unemployment claims tomorrow, and that will give us a clear indication of where the economy is moving. Because CPI on its own, without understanding how employment looks like, it's problematic. Whether we need to get a better, clearer picture of the employment currently to understand truly layoffs, to understand how many job openings truly are there. And now that we have a normal, proper administration, sadly, we're going to get proper numbers. And a lot of people will figure out that a lot of bad stuff was kept under the rug, or whatever you want to call it. Now we discover it and we realize we have to face reality, and it's not going to be pleasant. Even though Trump is phenomenal, his administration is phenomenal, the outcome of what they're doing right now, although going to hurt in the short run, which this is what but the Biden administration should have done, but instead they screwed the US economy far further and made it far worse for the cost of themselves not looking bad, which they ended up looking bad anyways. It's such a stupid thing. We could have been pretty much, we could have been out. We could have been out of what could be defined as a proper, true, no bullshit recession. And stagflation, in fact, this stage probably gonna hit for some time. And that's what will cause it to be a 2-3 year process, because it's going to feel like forever, especially for us humans nowadays, that we have the patience of a goldfish. It's going to be just freaking horrible. The patience of the average person has shrinked and decreased, just deflated to an utter nothing. So it's going to be shit. Back to the butterfly thing, which seems like it has more upside to 4.70 and maybe slightly more. That's on the short scheme of things. But on the longer scheme of things, it looks like it's starting to... So, if anything, it appears to be like you're going to be skimming that ceiling, at least this one. I think on the weekly, that's the one. Let's see if the monthly, do we even have enough data? No, we don't have enough data. Yeah, no data. No data, so you don't have channels, so that's going to be your weekly, obviously. So your weekly, and here it is. We can see how it played a role right here and right here, and so you're subject to it right now, and it seems like you're about to hit a ceiling, and more so the downwards direction here is not good for you. The monthly is squeezing, so 3 month has anything? Oh, okay. Yeah, you're squeezing. You're gonna hit the ceiling soon and start dropping, and gonna form this almost wedge-like formation that's gonna have this as a growth on top of the ceiling, and once done, it's gonna be out. So you still have some time out. It looks like, right, this, but once start correcting, you better be out. So yeah, that is it. That is it's pretty simple, not too complicated. I'll keep it cleaner as possible for next time. So if you ask, it'll be a little bit more of a cleaner experience. What did I just delete? I don't know. When in doubt, Control Z. Control Z. Now, Borderfly, NBIS. Okay, let's save this so I don't forget. NBIS. NBIS. Let's do NBIS. Oh, even so. Have we ever covered this? No, I think we covered something similar by name. Peak of the mountain, expecting new high right now, just the downfall. Pretty much, Michalis. Pretty much. Hello to you. I'm sorry I did not notice. I was so preoccupied with the analysis. This is like lots of other things. Oh, really? Interesting. Huh. So not exactly. That is actually interesting. Is it market related? Yes, it is. What is it? What do they do? First of all, oh, even so. Okay, I mean, healthy overall. Okay, what exactly? Okay. So cloud. Wait. Scale GPU. So okay. That's good. Okay. Lots of everybody uses this. Developers especially. Yes. Developer tools. A sandbox to work in. AI involved though. It's like been around. So okay, cool. Gotcha. Okay. Now that does complicate things, though. I'm not gonna have any data here. That's pointless. Yeah, it's gonna be pointless. It really does have an interesting story in a way of what it says, simultaneously while being so boring, because it's been around. This, you have to start with this. This is obviously indicative of a lot of. So, it's gonna get painful somewhat soon for it, because it is market related, and it's aware that the traders who traded, the people who are involved in the trading this asset are absolutely aware. But this is slightly different. This is a little bit different. It is ahead. Meaning it will probably get out of the rut faster than the rest. So you definitely want to keep your eye on this one. Who wanted this? BlackBerry? BlackBerry, this is interesting. This is very, very interesting. This is actually somewhat interesting. You want to keep your eye on this. It did kind of squeeze whatever it is there is to squeeze. It has a little bit more to squeeze, sure. I'm absolutely certain of it, but not as much as people may get it confused when it will start moving slightly more higher, if at all, because it is kind of sitting on the edge of things there. Your monthly looks nice, but look, your monthly looks nice, but I want you to be attentive and kind of zoom out with your eyes and understand why it looks nice, because it's correcting. So it's not that as nice as you think it is. You know what I mean? When it makes it to 50, which even if it does, it'll probably start breaking down to back with the rest, if not prior to. But because it's ahead, like I said, it'll probably have a better chance of getting out. And problem is, it's AI involved, and really does depend on the sentiment on AI sector, and if the AI sector will be doing well or not. So that's kind of part of the premise with this one. But it's obviously making its way downwards still to have a. It's not really done with all this downwards price action. So yeah. That is a thing. That is a thing. What else, boys and girls? CELH. Let's save this just so we don't forget that I've said this. CELH. CELH. See, it all rhymes. I'm telling you, it's the best rhythm ever. Just work. Everything rhymes into this. That actually looks. What the freaking hell is this? Ah, right. Celsius. Right. Celsius. Right. How can I forget? Right. That's Celsius. Why? Why are they looking so healthy? What is this? They really are ahead. I mean, they are ahead, and it definitely is trying to formulate some sort of head and shoulders, which, remember, the fact that they draw him this way, just kind of equal, just for you to understand the grand scheme of things, it can actually be really high. It doesn't have to match at all, just to be clear. In fact, normally it doesn't match. Normally it does not look so symmetrical. Normally you don't get this. So normally you're probably going to get something more akin to, whatever, right? Type of deal. But that really is starting to look like, and that's not bad for you. I mean, if anything, that'll make like total sense. But definitely more downwards right now on the weekly scale. I mean, cool. You have this is not this might have some trading in it, if you will. Up to you, of course. Not financial advice. Blah blah woof woof. But yeah, that kind of makes sense to me. I mean, with slippage out of this channel, totally makes sense. Probably some form of support resistance that is formulated off of a grid structure sort of thing here. It did split, so that is yeah, 3 to 1. Interesting. Got it. Okay. Well, the price shrunk, so I mean it's still okay. That puts everything in context. That makes sense. Why this looks like that. But yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah. I think I got this one nailed in more than a minute and a half. Boom, done. Job done. What are your thoughts on CPI set? 10 watching and 5 likes. Yep. Stonky people are stingy. Nah, don't worry about it. It's fine. By the way, welcome to all the new members. My channel officially crossed 2,000 subscribers. Yeah. The channel is growing. It's all pretty cool. I appreciate all the new support and the new members. Tom Nash, a brother from another mother, definitely did a lot of the heavy lifting for me in the last several days, and a lot of I'm not sure what the right word would be, but definitely a lot of sort of promotion work and really bringing awareness to my channel. And I mean, an absolute legend, an absolute brother from another mother, literally. We all should be grateful to him, because without him, this channel would not exist. I probably would have been just back to the industry, working with clients, building portfolios, hating my life, and hating the companies I work for, because they all suck. At the end of the day, they all are scammy pieces of shit. It is what it is. It's so nice, so freeing to be able to say that. So nice. All right, I see we ran out of tickers. Lots of love right back at you, Michalis. Thank you for showing up and having this hangout with us. We are faithful. Absolutely. You guys are absolute legends. You guys are absolute the core of this thing. I gotta admit, without you guys, none of this would have been possible. So, absolutely, you guys play as much of a role as Tom does in this. I gotta say. What you really think? I say exactly what I think. What do you mean? I think the boys and girls here who hang out with me on a daily basis can tell you I physically struggle to lie. It is something that was beaten out of me when I was a kid by my father. It was a really fun experience. Really, in fact, my argument that part of the reason that Gen Z sucks so bad is because we stopped doing that, and I'm all for it. Slap the living fuck out of your kids, boys and girls. That will make them have some brain, you know? Apparently, it's not the other way around. You don't smack the brain out of them, you smack the brain into them, apparently. Stonks, why you don't do Star? You should know better than anybody else here. What is this? I'm offended. Please stop. Stop. Continue. No, why? But I really think that. I really think that, you know. I mean, people hate to hear that, but I really think. Please stop. I really do, Christoph. I really do think that that way of I'm exaggerating. I'm not one saying, you know, beat them up, you know, blue and black and blue, right? You're very theoretical, and you do have three kids. I understand, right? Again, I'm talking out of my own experience and what made me be myself. And I look at my peers and I look at children nowadays, and I'm not saying, look, I'm certain there are ways around it, right? First of all, they're still kids. You need to see how well they will come out first. No offense, right? Hopefully you're right and you're on the right path. And hell, I'm not saying you must do that. But my argument is different. My argument is more so when necessary, you got to be strict with them. That's my own opinion. You cannot be soft all the time or sugarcoat everything, because what happens is you get children like Generation Z nowadays, and they're just too soft, too, feel like entitled and all that crap that they are, and confused and all sorts of weird things. Don't get me wrong, bad words. I'm not saying that. Come on, you understand what I'm saying. There's nuance to things, right? We can continue on Discord. No, absolutely. We're kind of done with the live. We're almost stonks with this PSX. That's what we're gonna do. I do enjoy hanging out with you guys here on the live as well. When you guys, speak your opinion and all that, and that's absolutely fine. That we all have different opinions and all that. And absolutely, I don't say that I know better. I don't have kids, guys. Openly, I say I don't have kids, as far as I know, at least. So definitely didn't get to raise any. So everything I'm saying is absolutely theoretical. Bad Wars here potentially knows a lot better than I do. I'm just saying my own opinion, which I'm certain you agree I'm entitled to. But I definitely appreciate, I just to finish off on this, I tremendously do appreciate my parents and their upbringing they gave me, and me ending up being the way I am. I absolutely am grateful to my parents. Absolutely. And grandparents, because they played a grand role in making me who I am. So I'm tremendously grateful. Absolutely. And I like that it was strict. Now that I think back, in my opinion, I like that it was strict. I don't mind. I'm all for it. Bad words, gang. If I give you you need bad words, you definitely need to get sorted out with your own YouTube account so I can give you administration, because I don't want to give your kids administration. So you definitely need to rename this one or whatever. Although I get it, you keep it for sentimental reasons and your kids and stuff. I get it. But let me know if your kids don't use it so I can give you administrationship. So you be administrator here as well. Because I know it seems like there's plenty of you here, administrators, but still, again, the more the channel grows, the more people do participate, the more better it is that I have you guys. And I do trust you, so, obviously. Hey, Daddy Greg. No, Daddy Greg, I don't know about that. Daddy Greg, that sounds interesting. I think honestly, I think in my own opinion, I only am just recently coming to the stage where I would admit that I would be a good father. Prior to that, I would say I would have not been ready. It doesn't mean that people oftentimes are forced with this sort of, life choice, whether they're ready or not. I'm grateful that I have the ability to decide, it feels like, but yeah, absolutely certainly I would feel that I'm only 8 now, being 38. I'm probably 37, 38-ish, to say that I feel like I would be a good dad. Prior to, not sure. Become ripe for the role, if you will. That's just my own opinion, though. Since we didn't try, we don't know. All right, now before we do finish up this live, before we wrap it up, let's check out quickly this one. This one is pretty. I already like what I see. This is interesting, Stunky. This is why didn't you bring this to my attention prior? I mean, look at this. This is I would have traded this. I would have actually traded this. This is very, very nice. This is so slow and so nice. This could have been such a nice trade. How did I miss this? Now it's an uptrend trade. Potential. You do you, of course, not financial advice. It's starting to look like a positive thing here, Oh, scheisse. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Not good. Because it's WTI due to being Phillips. I see. Okay. Still, though, you could have brought to my attention. That kind of sucks, because it seems like you're far more likely to actually, instead of doing this as I originally thought, you're far more likely to do that. So, yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry, but... And it can be more like this, if you will, it can be tilted, which probably will be, because that will probably match that. That makes a lot more sense. If anything, just kind of eyeballing the thing, which you guys know I hate normally doing, but just kind of like that, if anything. Probably, let me see. Yep, there we go. You see? My eyeball is good. My eyeball know how to do its job. Pretty good, pretty good. Probably something like that, if anything. Yep. I would argue that makes that cuts the cake perfectly. So, yep, here you go. I hate to say it, so more down. Probably bottom channels. Yep. But still, that's there is more downside before there's upside. I see. Okay, cool. I mean, there is some upside there, but all in all, I mean, short sellers can benefit from this a lot, I guess, and temporary buyers inside the channel. Yep.
Sorry, Sensei. I haven't followed the chart, actually. I understand. No worries. Humble grasshopper.
Add the like from my other channel. You are a legend, Nannies. You are the best on the planet. Absolutely. Boys and girls, you all be like Nannies. And stonks when he doesn't break things. All right, boys and girls, I think we're done for today. Not really too exciting, I know. It's not all that exciting. Even the post-market action is just kind of very tame. Quite a wasted day. Feels like this week is going to be burnt away almost, so that sucks. But, I mean, it is what it is. Absolutely, Nannies, thank you very much. Boys and girls, those who will watch later and are not yet part of the Patreon, sign up to the Patreon, and I will see you later. Join into the Patreon before I sign off. Those who will wonder, how do I sign up to Patreon? This is how you sign up to Patreon. Pardon me, sorry, my apologies. And once you do, then you go to Discord, because all the action and stuff is taking place on Patreon, and then I'll see you then. Alrighty, boys and girls, I am running off, and I will see you later, I guess tomorrow. Yes, I'll see you tomorrow, and come to hang out with me on a daily basis on the Discord. Have a good morning, night, afternoon, moon, planet, Mars, whatever you're having. Gesundheit. Goodbye.